Good morning, good morning, good morning, fellow humans. And yes, I spell that Huemonds, colorful nuts. And I think that's how more of how we are seen by the Creator than as filthy rags that are worthless. It's like watching an ant colony, busy scurrying away, etc. Well, today is Thursday, July 24th, 2025. It's about 6 a.m. here in wonderful Pahrump, you choose. And then there was light. What? And then there was light. Ba-bang. So here we are to help our students and other interested people as they experience this life on this journey. And here we are on our journey, our 4-week journey, day 4, week 2. Or you could say week 2, day 4, stress. Right. What not a bevy? How are you? You might want to send a follow-up note to that prospective employer, thanking them and talking how you can add value to them. How is the weather in Fort Jax? So, thinking through something here. Today's theme, Mimo, the good news of stress. What? Isn't stress bad? Aren't we supposed to assume the home, dome, phone, the some? I cannot write in the chat for a few minutes. Okay. Whatever, what a baby. Okay. All right, let's get right into it. Let's get into it because time is racing. Here we are, advice from an 80-year-old. Think twice before burdening a friend with a secret. Right. What is the secret? Something you're supposed to keep to yourself. Yeah, but I just want to share it. It's important. Well, but if you pass it on and say to the person, don't tell anyone, it just gets not good. Okay, what else we got? I've got something going on in my mind. Some thoughts are in there. Keep coming to these other thoughts, these parallel thoughts. Darren Hardy, the 5-letter secret that creates wealth. It's not money, it's value. Add value. Value brings money. That's kind of a segue into Seth Godin. Seth Godin's a good one. How much extra in the gift wrap? How much extra in the gift wrap? One way to turn a product or service into a story is to gift wrap it. Yes, you did my taxes, but did you include a 2-page summary and a useful folder to keep it in? That's the gift wrapping. Whether you're providing a service to a casual customer or a product to a regular person, what you're really selling is the story. The commodity part of your day leaves no room for magic. Handing a friend a $50 bill is very different from buying a thoughtful gift and carefully wrapping it. we can find a way to add a bit more value. Good point. So we gotta always gift wrap the gift. So what does that mean? It means you should go on Amazon and order wrapping paper, a particular type of wrapping paper that is distinctive to you, and just have it somewhere. I would like folded up wrapping paper because the rolls are inconvenient to work with for me. The problem with the folded wrapping paper is the lines and creases. So that begs the question, is there cheap cloth? Is there cheap cloth that can be used? This is particularly good today. Is there cheap cloth? Okay, and what else do we have in our hit parade for today? Let's go back up to the top. So this is our three-part podcast. One is the four-part non-podcast, the preparation before the podcast, breathing exercise. Then number 2, our attitude of gratitude, review of yesterday, and project into the future. That's part of the good daily routine, two-part daily routine. 1 is before the podcast, and 2 is so it should really be 3-part. Okay, 1 is the non-podcast, and 2 is the podcast. Number 1 is a 4-part non-podcast. So things we do outside the podcast are preparation, which is a breathing exercise, Huberman from Stanford. 2 is an attitude of gratitude exercise. 3, a review of the previous day, an examine of the day before exercise, and 4 is to project into the future for today. I do this automatically. It's habit for me. I don't even think about doing it. Okay, number 2 is our 3-part podcast, our daily theme. Today is what? Stress. The good news of stress. Then our planning part. Planning. Say something great is going to happen to me today. Something great as an incantation. Say, I will do good no matter what happens to me. I will do good. Seek uncomfort. Don't seek comfort, seek uncomfort. And our advice from an 80-year-old. Next, transformations. So this is 4 areas: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Right, and in our mental transformation, today's TED Talk, day 4, week 2, is Kelly McGonigal talking about stress. And we also had the Daily Stoic, Ryan Holiday, talking about the classics, classic virtue. And talking about the Declaration of Independence, Seth Godin's blog, gift wrap. Gift wrap it, no matter what that is. There's got to be some cloth that can become as folded, that can be wrapped around a package. And that in itself could be like a, what? Dinner napkin? No. Placemat. Banner. Little flag. Hey, there you go. Booyah. A flag representing you, your personal flag. What else we got? Jordan Peterson, be dangerous. Once again, there's no virtue in being nice when you can't be unnice. something is to be dangerous. That's where the virtue comes, when you can, when you have the ability to choose how you behave versus the rabbit cowering in the corner type of thing. Okay, how are we doing for time? Time. Such a runic rhyme. We are going to talk a little bit about stress from a neuroscience perspective, from what's going on in your body, our body perspective. Stress is created by a hormone, cortisol. Cortisol is like a brain freeze. When you talk about people who have been scared stiff, they have so much cortisol in their system they can't move. It's the inhibitor to fight or flight. It's the brain cloud that we have. And one of the benefits of it is it helps us, or enables us, to stop and think. We don't have to just fight or flight. There's another choice. Think of what you're doing as your body's getting ready to react to what you decide. Imagine caveman out on the savannah, pointed stick in hand, looking for food, looking for rabbits and stuff. The bush up ahead rattles. Now, if I have only fight or flight, I will either attack the bush because I know something living was back there, and it certainly would be food. I can attack the bush or I can run. If it's a lion, I don't want to attack it because I have my pointed stick. 1, 2, boom, knock, claw, paw, knocks away the stick. The other one rips off your face. And then chomp, chomp, your dinner. You didn't get dinner, you were dinner. So, or if it happens to be a rabbit and I run, now I go hungry, don't have as many kids, etc. So in this case, the cortisol brain freeze. What was that sound? Is it friend or foe? Is it food or am I food? So I have to think, do I fight or flight? And this is all happening unconsciously. Do I fight or flight? Okay, building the energy. My blood vessels are constricting. My heart is beating faster. More chemicals are going through my system, like, say, adrenaline. So think of it like an airplane getting ready to take off. The pilot is revving the engine, but his foot is on the brake, so the plane won't move. But as soon as the foot comes off the brake in full throttle, more like a slingshot. Think of that as cortisol. The problem with cortisol is, as Simon Sinek said yesterday, the problem with cortisol is if it's constantly dripping. And so it's not good to have your blood vessels constricted. Maybe your heart beating a little bit faster. That creates pressure. Right. Also, our immune system is less engaged when we have cortisol in our system. And the idea being you don't really need to have your body repairing itself when you're in an extreme stressful situation. But over time, see, that weakens our immune system, and people under a lot of stress tend to be sick more often. So, like we talked about with Amy Cuddy, you see somebody's body, the body language, the nonverbals, if they're in good shape. And one of the things you can get is their go-to happiness thing is endorphins. They go to the gym, they work out. If they're overweight, if they're short for their weight, they eat. Stress. They're under stress. What makes them feel good is to eat, releasing the dopamine. Somebody who's sick a lot, always sick. Stress. Aha. So they're not really, maybe they're sick and overweight. Who knows? So, but today the point is stress in itself is not bad. It's just our body's natural reaction to what's going on, hopefully outside of us, to a external threat, not a perceived imaginary internal threat. So we have stress. And so what Kelly McGonigal says is it's not stress that's bad, it's the fear of stress that's bad. So you have cortisol trying to do its thing, and we're trying to counteract the cortisol where there's an external event going on. And can we do that? Yeah, we can do it. And that's by do it. What is it? We can reduce the amount of stress by getting the attitude of it just doesn't matter. This is not the things we think are important, the things that cause us stress really are probably not that important in the long run. So if we have in proper perspective, if we have the stressful incident in proper perspective, we should come to the conclusion of, well, it's not really that stressful. So I'm not trying to breathe or do things to reduce my stress. I'm just putting it in its proper perspective, and it's not stress. Another thing we can do as an incantation is to be like, to have a belief. This goes back to yesterday with the Raz, have a belief of, I don't get stress, I give stress. Stress bounces off me. I don't get stress. Why should I get stressed? What's there to be stressed about? Whatever it is going to go away. I don't dwell. I don't keep hitting the replay button. What was it? Office Depot, Office Max replay or reset button. I don't keep doing that to give myself another shot of cortisol. And that's what we want to do. So let me look at our worksheet, see if there's anything else for today. Again, the takeaway is stress is not bad. Stress is what it is. It's the body's natural response to things going on around us, the external environment. I think we're pretty good, people. I think we're pretty good. We can wrap this up. Today's a Vegas trip day, and today is actually my haircut day. I will be getting my haircut today. Righto. So, not too shabby, right? Haircut today. Probably, hopefully, get my new contacts. And there we is at. Okay, so with that, we're going to say and cut. Whatnot a Bevy, if you're still there. Om, Shalom, and Shiva Shalom. And with that, we will say cut.